Boker Tov, today is Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni was it's already in the Torah. It's an unbelievable story because the halachot of Korban Pesach is that one is not allowed to be involved in the sacrifice if they were tameh, if they were impure. If they attended a funeral, if they touched the dead body, if they're in the same room, same home, same building as a dead body, they were impure. And it was a 7-day process to become pure again. And if you were within those 7 days and it hit Pesach, you're not able to do the Korban Pesach. So in the first year of Korban Pesach, when they set the rules, there were people that were tameh. It's not a sin to be tameh. For a Kohen to actively become tameh is a sin, but if you became tameh, then it's just a category that you're in. So, but you just can't do certain things in that category. Now, these people that were not obligated to do Korban Pesach came forward and said, Lama nigara, why should we lose out? Amazing, when you're not obligated to do something, they went above and beyond the letter of the law. They weren't obligated. Tell you, you know what, no Pesach this year. You have a free pass. No punishment, no worries, no Pesach. You know, these people could have taken advantage. No, they said, we want to do it. Amazing. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw this and said, you know what, we're going to give you a second chance. And that is Pesach Sheni, a month later. And Pesach Sheni, that's what it's all about. It's about second chances. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives a person second chances. And the concept of going above and beyond. So what is the laws of Pesach Sheni? What happens back in the day on Pesach Sheni? So very good. So on Pesach Sheni, so in addition, one other point is that Pesach Sheni also applied to people that didn't make it on time to Yerushalayim. People live far. Travel was difficult. If they didn't make it on time to do the Korban Pesach, they also qualified to do Pesach Sheni a month later. So a month later on Pesach Sheni, what happened? They would go to Yerushalayim, also with the Korban Pesach, the sacrifice, and they would sacrifice and offer the Korban Pesach. That night, they would eat the Korban Pesach like they would on Pesach, with matzah and maror, and do the mitzvah of Korban Pesach. But they had no obligation of cleaning for chametz. They could eat chametz also on the same day. And the seder, there's no seder, it was just the mitzvah of eating Korban Pesach. The mitzvah of not having any leftovers also applied. So they had to eat the animal completely. So they needed to get into a group to make sure that the animal was eaten completely. And there was also no Hallel. Like I said, no Seder. So too they would praise and say Hallel. So there was no obligation of saying Hallel on Pesach Sheni. It was also a day that they could do work. You could drive, back in the day they couldn't drive, but make a fire, whatever it was, they could. It wasn't like a Yom Tov. Today, how does it translate to today? It's a little holiday, but it's not felt that much. So we have to make it felt a little bit by singing a little bit in shul, maybe add a little bit more to the food that you're eating, have a little bit of a seudah, dress a little nicer. I don't know if you picked up, I have certain ties I wear on special occasions. So this is a tie for like Chol Moed, Pesach Sheni, these type of things, Rosh Chodesh. What? Yes, and there's a custom to eat matzah on Pesach Sheni, and Sfaradim, it's mezonot. So you get a lucky break there. So mezonot, no 4 cups, no 4 cups of wine. No 4 cups of wine. 4 cups of vodka. Huh? Oh, I don't know the minhag of 4 cups. The minhag of having matzah, there's a minhag. It's just a custom, so you don't have to have a certain amount or anything. But it's a good idea to have matzah today on Pesach Sheni. Lastly, Pesach Sheni is also the Hilul of Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess. Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess. So if you didn't light a candle last night, light a candle today in memory of Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess, one of the great Tanaim, students of Rabbi Akiva, unbelievable, and in the mouth of our mothers and grandmothers, great-grandmothers, unbelievable. We could talk about Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess. I buried in Tveria on the Israel trip we've gone. Just amazing. One thing, a nice story the Gemara tells us, just to kind of have in mind the greatness. Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, the Gemara says that he and his colleagues, they grew up together, went to the same community, went to the same school, they connected together, But Rabbi Yehuda Nasi stood up above the other ones. He stood out. He was greater than them. And the Gemara wants to know what did he do? What did he have? What tool did he have that he was greater, like head over heels than his friends? And the Gemara concludes that Rabbi, he was greater because one time in his life he saw the back of Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess. Unbelievable. If he was traveling, whatever it was, he saw the back. And the Gemara says, and if he would have saw the face of Rabbi Baal HaNess, that would have been even a different, higher level. So to understand these things is just amazing. But just for us to know the greatness of our tzaddikim, maybe connect to our tzaddikim. The last point, Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess, he was the whole story why he's called Baal HaNess. But he said, and we say this in Selichot, we say this in Yom Kippur, Elahad de Meir Aneni. He told someone that was a situation, he says, if you ever need anything, say Elahad de Meir Aneni. May the God of Meir answer me. So, and there's miracles that happen with that. And we say that, Anenu, Elahad de Meir Anenu. So there's also, do you say Elahad de Meir, Elahad de Rabbi Meir? So this explanation that I saw this year is that when Rabbi Meir Baal HaNess said to people, say Elahad de Meir Aneni, it wasn't for his own kavod and own honor. The God of Meir answer me. But he wanted to tell them, the God that is Meir means to enlighten, that he enlightens our path through the Torah. If you go on Hashem's path, you say, Hashem, I want to be on your path, your enlightened path, Hashem will answer you. And that was the secret that he told the people. Go on the path of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Hashem will answer you. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen v'Amen. Rabbi Chananya, ben HaKasham רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את ישראל לפיכך הרבה להם תורה ומצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו, הגדיל תורה וידיר.